We don't know the motive for the president's retention of files at Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster, but let's not rule out stupidity. There are many surreal revelations in Jack Smith's federal indictment of Donald Trump. There are the texts between various Trump underlings and Walt Nauta, the Trump bodyman who has also been indicted, showing the president directing his employees to move the boxes containing classified information back and forth to various locations around his properties in Palm Beach and Bedminster, New Jersey. There is the annoyed missive from Trump's wife Melania, trying to make sure the boxes don't crowd out room for her luggage on a private plane. There is the claim from Trump's former attorney, compelled to testify against him in an unusual arrangement, that the former president suggested, with a Grinch-like pinching gesture, that the lawyer destroy confidential documents to prevent them from being produced in a subpoena. There is a text message Nauta sent to another Trump underling, showing a box having fallen over in a storage room at Mar-a-Lago, secret documents spilling onto the floor. Whoops. Why there is not, conspicuously, is a motive. Over the course of more than a year following his departure from office, it appears that Trump spent considerable effort and resources in transporting the documents with him and keeping them near at hand, and that later, as the federal government began to demand the boxes back, that he then went out of his way to keep and conceal them, going to great length, sparing no expense, and ultimately breaking the law so much that he incurred himself a series of felony charges. Anyone can tell you how this behavior is typical of Trump, how it reflects his pettiness, his contempt for the law, his willingness to sacrifice and endanger others. What no one can tell you is why he did it. It would be more convenient, legally, for Jack Smith and his prosecutors, and politically, for Joe Biden, for the Democrats, and for the growing number of Republicans who are looking to challenge Trump in the 2024 Republican primary, if we could say precisely why Trump wanted to keep the documents so badly, exactly what he wanted them for. It would be very easy to make a case to a skeptical jury, or to a divided American people, that Trump was a danger and could not be trusted with national secrets again if it could be said that he wanted to keep the documents for any of the straightforwardly dangerous and nefarious reasons that have been speculated, if he was seeking to sell national security secrets to the Saudis, say, or to Israel, if he was hoping, as some have suggested, that he one day might be able to blackmail someone powerful, like the President of France. It's very possible that Trump had concocted such a plan. There is much that we do not know about the investigations into Trump, including about the special counsel's query into his illegal document retention. But we do know that in the past, we know that he has gone further and risked more in the pursuit of even more harebrained schemes. But what seems the most likely explanation is the simplest, stupidest, and most aggravating one, that Trump had no plan for the documents, except perhaps for use as souvenirs, trophies to be shown off, maybe as evidence for petty score settling. That the documents that Trump smuggled out of the White House and squirreled away around Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster were not instruments in a coherent, well-formed plan, but instead mere ornaments to Trump's ego. In transcripts of Trump's statements about the documents that were included in the indictment, and in audio of Trump showing some of the secret papers off to a writer that was recently released by CNN, Trump uses the documents to contradict a former national security official he was then in a spat with in the press. He tells one interlocutor not to get too close to one of the secret papers, seeming to want to create a hush of reverence for the documents in place of respecting their confidentiality in the first place. At these moments, Trump does not sound as if he has a plan. He sounds as if he wants to impress the people in the room with him, and like he can think no further ahead than to how good it will feel to get their praise. Why did Trump want the secret documents? Why did he refuse to return them? The answer may be the one truest to Trump's piddling, puerile character, because they looked cool, because they reminded him of his own importance, because the government had asked for them back, and Trump has never missed an opportunity to throw a petulant little tantrum. It is this smallness of Trump's character, and the possible triviality of his motives, that poses a peculiar risk to both of the cases being made against Trump, the one being pursued in a Miami courthouse, and the one being pursued in public. Because there has always been an uncanny mismatch with Trump, an incongruence, between the awesome and vast powers he had in office, the historical forces he unleashed on America, and the horrible ways his presidency warped millions of lives, on the one hand, and on the other, his pettiness, his vanity, his short-sightedness, his piddling personal grievances and constant need to be flattered and reassured. The gap between the seriousness of Trump's role in history and his unseriousness as a person is the strange place where the documents case, and, now, much of American political thought, risks getting stuck. The very silliness of Trump's use of the documents undercuts the grave risks posed by his hoarding of them. How can such a powerful country have been made so vulnerable by someone so stupid?